All right, ladies, in this quick video, I'm going to show you something that will completely change the way that you think about fat loss. And every time I speak to a new client about this concept, there's like this switch that just changes in them instantly. It completely transforms the way that they think about fat loss. Because the biggest mistake I see women make is that they think they need to be perfect in order to lose weight. Perfect days, perfect weeks, perfect workouts, perfect nutrition. And if they can't do that all the time, they feel like they've failed. But fat loss does not come from being perfect all the time. It simply comes from being consistent. And the problem with chasing perfection is that life doesn't work that way. Life is not perfect. You don't live in this perfect bubble where nothing can go wrong. Work gets busy, the kids will get sick, you'll get exhausted, you don't get to go to the shops to get your food so you can do your meal prep, and then suddenly, you can't do the things that you plan to do. You didn't hit your 10K steps, you didn't get to the gym, you didn't track your food, and then that's when the thoughts start to creep in, stuff it, I'll start again Monday. But that is what I call all or nothing thinking. You feel like if you can't do everything perfectly, you may as well not do it at all. But that's where a lot of people get stuck. So instead of thinking about your health and fitness like an on or off switch that just flicks up and down, I want you to start thinking about it like a dial, like this one that you see on the screen. Something that you can turn up and then something that you can turn down. So at the top of our dial, at this 100%, that is our max, right? That is your ideal day. You've trained, you've hit your steps, you've done your meal prep, you've tracked all your calories. Fantastic. But real life doesn't work like that every single day. Some days, life's just going to throw you some curveballs. Work gets chaotic, you're stressed, nothing goes to plan. And when you have those days, you don't need to be operating at 100%. You just simply need to turn that dial down to 80, 60, 40, whatever it may be. We just want to make sure that we stay away from what I call the shit zone. We want to stay away from that as far as possible. Because what a lot of women don't realize is that you could literally lay in bed all week, and as long as you're still in a calorie deficit, you're going to lose weight. It's as simple as that. So the issue isn't whether you did your 10,000 steps or 7,000 steps. The issue is you feeling like a failure when you didn't hit your 10,000 steps and then just giving up altogether. So here's the mindset shift I want you to start using. When you have a shit day, nothing's going to plan, instead of thinking, today's ruined, I want you to say this instead. Today isn't turning out the way that I expected. That's okay. I'm just going to slightly turn down my dial. And maybe today will look like maybe doing a home workout instead of going to the gym. Or maybe you only have half the time to do half a workout instead of the full thing. Instead of being able to reach your 10,000 steps, maybe you aim for just 7 instead because you've been stuck at a desk all day long. Maybe instead of tracking every single meal, you just focus on having a big chunk of protein in every single meal. So that keeps you satisfied, it keeps you full. And maybe you just focus on being mindful with your food choices if you don't have that ability to track all your calories that day. So on those days, you're not operating at 100% at your max, but you're also not operating in the shit zone at 0. And that is the key, because fat loss isn't built on perfect days. It's built on stacking enough wins consistently over a long period of time. And when you learn how to adjust your dial to match your life circumstances, well, guess what? You stay consistent, you stay in control, and you stop feeling like you're constantly falling off track, because you're now the one deciding if the day is going to be a win or if it's going to be a loss. It's not based on what your schedule says, not your circumstances. You're in control. Okay, hopefully this has helped, guys. I really want you to start thinking about this on those days where things aren't going to plan. How am I going to adjust my dial? What can I do? Because something is always going to be better than nothing. Fat loss comes down to being consistent, not being perfect.